So good evening, everyone. It's truly a pleasure to speaking to all of you present here on this day of celebration. We have witnessed the conscious and diligent efforts all of you have put into this beautiful journey of learning the Japanese language. So your relentless efforts have helped you successfully complete your Japanese language course, especially during one of the most difficult times in the human history. We have poured in our heart and soul in making this journey as smooth, as fruitful as possible. And we hope that we have been able to create a learning experience for you that makes you proud of your investment in learning this year. So thank you once again. Without further ado, uh, let's move to the most awaited segment of this day. Allow me to introduce our esteemed chief guest to this valedictory session of the online Japanese program at NDI, Mr. Alok B. Shriram. Mr. Alok B. Shriram is the Senior Managing Director and CEO of DCM Shriram Industries Limited, part of the Shriram Group, a 125-year-old Delhi-based conglomerate started by Lala Shriram, a doyen of Indian industry. Interestingly, we are Education Institute and the Shriram Group has been instrumental in setting up several educational institutions such as Lady Shriram College for Women, Shriram College of Commerce, the Shriram School, etc. So we are grateful for the privilege of having someone like Mr. Shriram with us today, who is not only leading DCM Shriram Industries today and inspiring many leaders throughout the industry. He's also a Japanese language enthusiast today and inspiring many Japanese language enthusiasts like you and I, learning with us at NDIM. So we are extremely honored and grateful, sir. So, sir, over to you.
Thank you, Nikhilji. So let me start by greeting all of you. Nikhil-san, konnichiwa. Kiran-san, konnichiwa. Shekhar-san, konnichiwa. And of course, Meena-san, konnichiwa. Let me do an indigenized ojigi.
Yeah.
It is my pleasure to give this valedictory address at the valedictory session of our course in spoken Japanese and in the certificate ceremony. Last year, when the coronavirus epidemic struck and we were all sent home to basically work from home, we were all suddenly left in a state of limbo and confusion. In my organization, I was getting a lot of phone calls from my colleagues who didn't know what to do. One of the first suggestions that I put in place was to ask them to take online courses, whether on self-improvement, attitudinal changes, behavioral courses, or on technical skill improvements. This was important for the individual and the organization. This was especially true for the mid to senior level executives who were generally inundated by work, which did not allow them much time for such courses. In most cases, they could do so only once every few years. We tried to push them to take at least one course a month in any area of self-development. We also tried to explain to them that each of us had some deep and hidden desires, which we have not been able to accomplish because of various pressures and work pressures, etc., family pressures. This was an opportunity for all of us to reboot ourselves and give such activities a try. Once we start riding a tiger, it's very difficult to get off. But here, the world through this pandemic had actually let us get off that tiger, and we got this chance to do things which we had always wanted to. So in a sense, we were rebooting ourselves. This is the time that one can explore and gain expertise in such activities which one wants to do. This is where learning the Japanese language came in for me personally. I have been dealing with the Japanese companies professionally for the last 35 years. I have made numerous trips to Japan, and when we set up our Honda collaboration in 1986, I spent almost 4 months in that country. I was in charge of the project, and my main task was to develop vendors in India. So first I had to see the vendors in Japan, and I must have seen more than 40 factories, starting right from Honshu down all the way to Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The country fascinated me and also intimidated me. I soon realized that the intimidation came from the fact that I did not know the language or the culture. Ever since then, it has been my desire to learn this language. So you can imagine 1986 to now, which is about 35 years. However, life kept overtaking me and I did not learn the language. I learned a few smattering of words which I could manage, but it didn't really get me very far when I wanted to do anything adventurous there. In 2010, I went for a busman's holiday to Japan with my family. My daughter Kanika, who is also participating in this course, was with us. After a few days of traveling and meeting people, she started to see the special place that Japan is. She commented to me, "Dad, everything works here the way it is supposed to." And that's when I knew that she was really learning the essence of Japan. Subsequently, the business she runs has a large amount of exports and interaction with Japan. She has since made many trips to Japan and also found that the Japanese language barrier was a constraint or is a constraint in her dealing with the Japanese companies. So I hope after this course, she will enjoy her visits to Japan much more. During this COVID epidemic, we have faced lots of challenges in keeping our businesses running and at the same time ensuring that our employees have not suffered from the horrible and debilitating effects of the pandemic. We have encouraged all our employees to go in for this self-improvement courses at all levels. It was with this that Karuna, my wife, Kanika, my daughter, and I joined this course. We enjoyed ourselves thoroughly and believe that we are much better prepared not only to further our business in Japan, but also enjoy our trips to Japan more and more than we have done in the last 2 or 3 decades. I also must congratulate two of our very enthusiastic group, which was Sachin San and Sandeep San. I think the amount of questions they asked Shekhar San was quite a lot, and I think they were certainly the leaders on that front. In the end, I would like to thank NDIM, Nikhil San, and Kiran San for putting the course together. No thanks would be enough or complete without thanking our sensei, Shekhar San, for making this an enjoyable and magical experience for which each of us, his students, have come out much the better. For this, on behalf of all of us, I say, Domo arigato gozaimasu.
はい、どういたしまして。